unclaimed wife asterisk. The wedding ring felt heavy on Isabella's finger as she stared out the floor-to-ceiling windows of the penthouse. 3 years. 3 years of living as Mrs. Alexander Thorne. And her husband had never once touched her beyond the chaste kiss at their wedding ceremony. Asterisk, your coffee. Mrs. Thorne. Asterisk, Isabella turned to find Margaret, the housekeeper, setting a tray on the marble table. The older woman's eyes held their usual mixture of pity and confusion. The same look everyone gave her when they learned about her marriage. Asterisk, thank you, Margaret. Asterisk, the arrangement had seemed simple enough when Isabella's father proposed it. The Romano family business was drowning in debt, and Alexander Thorne needed a wife to satisfy his grandmother's demands before she'd sign over her shares of Thorne Industries. A marriage of convenience. A business transaction. Asterisk, Isabella had agreed because she had no choice. Her father's gambling debts would have destroyed them all. Alexander had been clear from the start. Separate bedrooms, separate lives, no expectations of intimacy. He needed a wife on paper. She needed financial security for her family. It was practical. What she hadn't expected was how lonely practical could feel. Alexander was handsome, brilliant, and completely unreachable. He worked 18-hour days, spoke to her only about household matters, and treated her with the distant politeness one might show a respected colleague. They attended charity galas together, smiled for cameras, played the perfect couple for his business associates and her family. Asterisk, but behind closed doors. They were strangers. Asterisk, Isabella had learned to build a life around the emptiness. She volunteered at children's hospitals, took art classes, had lunch with the few friends who didn't ask too many questions about her marriage. She told herself it was enough, that she didn't need more. She was lying. The sound of the front door opening made her pulse quicken despite herself. Alexander was home early yet. Wasn't even 7 p.m. Asterisk, he strode into the living room, loosening his tie, and stopped when he saw her. For a moment, something flickered in his dark eyes. Then the mask was back. Asterisk, Isabella, I didn't expect you to be awake. Asterisk, I live here, she said quietly. Where else would I be? Asterisk, he poured himself a whiskey, his movements sharp. There's a gala tomorrow night, the hospital fundraiser. We need to attend. Asterisk, of course. He'd already picked out a dress, already knew her role. Smile, laugh at his jokes, rest her hand lightly on his arm. Pretend they were in love. Asterisk, wear the blue dress, he added, his back still to her. The one from the summer gala. Asterisk, Isabella blinked. He remembered what she'd worn 6 months ago. Alexander, I'm tired. Good night, Isabella. He walked toward his bedroom without looking back. Asterisk, she stared at his retreating form, frustration bubbling up. How long are we going to keep doing this? He stopped. Doing what? His voice was carefully neutral. Asterisk, pretending. Living like roommates. You got what you wanted, your grandmother's shares, your company secured. My father's debts are paid. We could. She took a breath. We could get divorced. Let each other go. Asterisk, Alexander turned slowly, and the look on his face made her step back. It wasn't neutral anymore. It was raw, almost angry. Asterisk, is that what you want? Asterisk, I want to know what you want. The words burst out of her. 3 years, Alexander. 3 years of wondering if you hate having me here, if you regret marrying me, if I'm just an obligation you're stuck with. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep pretending this half-life is enough. Asterisk, he crossed the distance between them in 3 strides. And suddenly, he was there, closer than he'd been since their wedding day. She could smell his cologne, see the gold flecks in his dark eyes, feel the heat radiating from his body. Asterisk, you think I don't want you? His voice was low, dangerous. Asterisk, her heart hammered. You've never given me any reason to think otherwise. Asterisk, I don't touch you, Isabella, because if I start, I won't stop. The confession seemed torn from somewhere deep inside him. I don't touch you because this was supposed to be a business arrangement, and I have no right to ask for more. I don't touch you because every day you're in this house, looking at me with those eyes, I lose a little more of my control. Asterisk. Isabella's breath caught. What are you saying? Asterisk. I'm saying I've wanted you since the moment you walked down that aisle. I'm saying I come home late because being near you and not touching you is torture. I'm saying I remember every dress you've ever worn, every smile you've given someone else, every time you've laughed at someone's joke that wasn't mine. Hey. His hand rose, hovering near her face but not quite touching. I'm saying I've been a coward, Isabella, because wanting you wasn't part of the deal. Asterisk. She stared at him, her world tilting. 3 years. You waited 3 years to tell me this. Asterisk. I was trying to be honorable, to give you the freedom to leave if you wanted, to not trap you more than I already had. His jaw clenched. But when you said divorce just now, I realized I can't do it. I can't let you go, even if that makes me selfish. Asterisk. Isabella's hand moved before she could think, reaching up to touch his face. He flinched at the contact, his eyes closing. Asterisk. I don't want a divorce, she whispered. I never did. I just wanted you to see me. Really see me. Asterisk. His eyes opened, and the intensity in them made her knees weak. I see you, Isabella. I see every damn thing, and it's killing me. Asterisk. Then stop killing yourself. Her voice was stronger now. Stop treating me like a business arrangement. Stop hiding in your office, in your control, in your distance. I'm your wife, Alexander. Let me be your wife. Asterisk. Something in him broke. She saw it happen, the walls crumbling, the careful control shattering. His hand finally touched her face, cupping her cheek with a gentleness that made her eyes sting. Asterisk. If I claim you now, he said hoarsely, I'm claiming all of you. No more separate bedrooms. No more distance. You'll be mine, Isabella. Truly mine. Is that what you want? Asterisk. She turned her face into his palm, pressing a kiss there. I've been yours since the wedding. I was just waiting for you to realize it. Asterisk. The sound he made was somewhere between a groan and a laugh. Then his mouth was on hers, and Isabella forgot how to breathe. The kiss was nothing like their wedding peck, was hungry, desperate. 3 years of want poured into a single moment. Asterisk. His arms wrapped around her, pulling her against him, and she melted into his strength. This was what she dreamed of during all those lonely nights. This heat, this passion, this feeling of being wanted. Asterisk. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Alexander rested his forehead against hers. Asterisk. I don't deserve you, he murmured. Asterisk. Probably not, she agreed with a shaky smile. But you're stuck with me anyway. Asterisk. He pulled back to look at her, his thumb tracing her swollen lips. 3 years I wasted. 3 years I could have been holding you like this. Asterisk. Then don't waste another minute. Asterisk. Something dark and possessive flashed in his eyes. He swept her up into his arms, and she gasped, grabbing his shoulders. Asterisk. What are you doing? Asterisk. Taking my wife to my bedroom, he said, already striding down the hall, where she should have been all along. Unless you object. Asterisk. Isabella wrapped her arms around his neck, her heart soaring. No objections. Asterisk. He kicked open his bedroom door. The room she'd never entered. Dad carried her inside. The space was masculine and sophisticated, but she barely noticed the details. She only had eyes for her husband, who was looking at her like she was everything he'd ever wanted. Asterisk. Last chance to change your mind, Alexander said, setting her gently on the bed. Because once I have you, Isabella, I'm never letting you go. Asterisk. She reached up, pulling him down to her. Good, because I'm done being the unclaimed wife. Claim me, Alexander. Make me yours. Asterisk. His kiss was her answer, fierce and claiming and full of promise. And as he finally touched her the way she'd dreamed of, Isabella realized that some things were worth waiting for. Asterisk. Even if the wait had been 3 long years. Asterisk. Their marriage of convenience had just become something far more inconvenient. Real.